the awkwardness of challenging Babe Ruth to a dance-off in that era. Hey, babe, you, me, mano y mano, dance off right now. Spin the music. Ay, tequila. Do, 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 do. You know, like.
There's never been a baseball player quite like Brett Phillips. No matter what he was doing or how he was playing, he looked like he was having the most fun in the world. The standout trait of Brett Phillips, the baseball player, is his energy. We already have a video about him on the main channel that encapsulates that if you want more of an overview, but you kind of have to see this guy to believe him. In fact, I had the chance to meet him in person at last year's MLB Winter Meetings. He was down to earth enough to thank me for our video and tell me it's his favorite video about him he's ever seen. I immediately thought of him as the perfect guest for the No Sports Zone. I hope you agree. Welcome back, everybody, to the No Sports Zone, presented by Raving Sports. My name is Mike. Dylan is also here. I hope he waves to the camera. We are also joined by the lovely Brett Phillips. Rays legend. He's repping, always is. I rep for him as well. One of the most beloved major leaguers of his time. A guy known for that smile he's presenting. A legend of the Rays community and beyond. And we are thrilled to talk about some of that, but we want to show off the amazing human Brett is today. I hope he's okay with getting gassed up this much.
Oh man, thank you guys. Thanks for having me. First of all, the video you guys put out a couple years back, man, that was probably the nicest thing that anyone's ever done from a fan standpoint who didn't really know me in person, but to the video y'all put out was incredible, and I really appreciate how you guys captured that and put that together. So I just wanted to say thank you, and glad to be on. That was one of the big reasons I wanted to come on and see you guys, was just that kindness. I wanted to repay that, so thank you.
We appreciate that, and I'll relay that to Taylor as well. It shows you how much Raving Sports loves you, that the guy who made that video is not on this call. It extends beyond just us for how
That's
well
awesome.
regarded you are with us and our audience, which is why we are excited to talk more about the human being you are. But sticking to the Rays as well, you recently got a new job. Would you like to tell us about your continued involvement with the Tampa Bay Rays in retirement?
Yeah, so I retired from playing baseball last year, for those of you who don't know. And I had been thinking before that of how I was going to transition out of the game, what was going to bring purpose. I still obviously wanted to work, and I just wanted to bring value. And for me, that was my mind kept going back to my hometown team where I grew up, the team I rooted for, and then later on had the opportunity to play for, and that was the Tampa Bay Rays. And I had to wait. Obviously, we know that the new ownership group was acquiring the team last fall, and I had to wait for that to go through. And as soon as that did, Eric Neander, Kevin Eibach, the president, the GM, those guys were there when I was a player. They said, we'll put in a recommendation for you. Just, we have to wait till this goes through. And man, I couldn't have been more thankful for that recommendation, because when Ken Babby and that new ownership group came in, they heard me out. They heard what I had to say, and they were gracious enough to bring me on board. And that brings me to my title. I'm the brand engagement executive. The job was created for me, which was super cool. What all that entails, it's pretty broad, and we left it like that because we'll be doing a lot of different things throughout the season, but starting with leading up to the season, working with season memberships. So I've been reaching out to like past and present season members, just showing my appreciation, thanking them for being Rays fans, working with corporate partnerships, kind of bringing a different angle there, less businessy, more just flowy of answering questions for people who have them for a baseball player, right? And then community outreach, volunteer work. And then during the season, I'll be making myself available for those same season members in the lounge before the games, and then going out into the stadium, to the party decks, the suites, and kind of just bringing a different element to the fan experience. We've had ambassadors in the past. Obviously, you look across every team, they probably have a guy who's around, whether they're in the dugout or up in the owner's suite. But this is a little different because I'm going to be actually on the ground level out there, extending myself to our fan base. And like I said, showing my love and appreciation appreciation to them just as they showed me as a player. So that was long-winded, but yeah, that's kind of a little bit of what I'll be doing.
So what you're saying is if you go to a Rays game this year, a home game at the Trop, there's a chance you're going to run into Brett Phillips just wandering around the stands, talking to fans, talking to, I guess, whoever's there. Do the Rays have a mascot?
Raymond.
The Rays do have a mascot, Raymond, and this is a funny story. So I was on the DL one year, and I really wanted to dress up as Raymond during the game, and like I made the mistake of going to ask, like, "Hey, can I get Raymond's suit? Just no one will ever know it was me." But they X'd that real quick. They're like, "No chance."
Wow.
I should have just gone in the locker room and put Raymond's suit on, but yeah, Raymond and I will be out there. Maybe we can revisit me being in the Raymond suit. So if you see on SportsCenter Raymond doing some completely off the wall stuff, just keep in mind, like between us, hey, maybe that might be Brett Phillips in there.
Yeah, you should we should come up with a signal so we know.
Yeah, signal
something to know that that's you in there.
Yeah. Well, maybe if I'm in there and I'm just like doing the airplane like
exactly.
Flat. But it's like not just like it's like a lot. Like okay, like that. Then you guys maybe put two and two together.
Yeah.
But only you and your listeners will know that. Hey, that there's a chance.
Exactly. You gotta tune into the No Sports Zone for this scoop, inside scoop.
Inside scoop right
here. This is the biggest news of the offseason for sure right now.
That's funny.
You did mention the airplane, which is your iconic on-field celebration. Has anyone ever asked you how that started? Because I don't think I've ever heard you discuss the origin of the airplane, which I don't have enough space in the setup to recreate, but I've seen it on the field plenty, most notably in my head when you walked off my beloved New York Mets in 2021, and I didn't want to go to sleep that night. But I would love to hear your memories and origin of the airplane.
That literally was the 8-year-old boy expressing himself in that moment. That's literally just what came out. I've never done that before. That wasn't planned. It's not like I was going up to bat saying, "Hey, when I hit a walk-off right here, I'm going to airplane around like a little kid in the outfield." That was the inner child in me, so excited for an unbelievable moment, walk-off hit for my hometown team. The kid in the candy store, like that was the expression of, oh my gosh, like let's go, let me just airplay around. Like, I don't know, man. There's no origin. It was all emotion and excitement, and that's what came out.
You mentioned that this is your hometown team. I feel like they're still the tied for the youngest team in Major League Baseball. There aren't a whole lot of people who can say that they grew up watching the Rays and then went on to play with them. You're kind of one of that first generation of people. So what did that mean to have joined that team just a few months before? And then what did that mean to you to be able to just have that moment for them?
I appreciate you asking. So a little context, born and raised here in Seminole, Pinellas County, where the Trop is, 20 minutes away. My grandma took me to the very first Fan Fest in 1997, right before the inaugural season. And I walk into the Tropicana Field, huge stadium, and I'm wide-eyed. I'm 4 years old, and I'm saying, wow, like, this is awesome. And it was Fan Fest, so I got to meet some baseball players, run the bases there in the Trop, and I just fell in love with the game of baseball. Not only baseball, the Rays. And through the years, when I'm 9 years old, I'm out there selling St. Pete Times newspapers in exchange to go into the game, and just getting to experience some really cool moments in my childhood at the Rays Stadium. And then fast forward, I get traded in 2020 to them. I mean, you can't script that. Like, it's one of those things where I just feel so blessed. I am a man of faith, so I say thank you to God for these opportunities, like each and every day as I look back on my life and say, wow, like that's so cool how that came full circle. Now I have a chance to work for them. I mean, it's really hard for me to really express my gratitude and thankfulness for Eric Neander and like the Rays organization, because they really did give me the greatest moments of my career, for my family and I, and it's special. Asking y'all, like, how would you guys put it into words? I don't know. It's like, it's one of those things that it's so out there, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, Mike, as a Mets fan, I'll let you go first, Mike, just because I want to hear your thoughts on, let's say you were in World Series, 9th inning, get that walk-off hit. Let's say, how do you feel? And then to make it a little more fun, what is your celebration? I think we can do with this.
I don't know. I don't think I've thought about the prospect of playing baseball for the New York Mets since I was like 7 years old. I think I kind of let that ship sail when I realized I wasn't good enough for that. Not all of us can be Brett and achieve that dream, but I would say the celebration is, to Brett's point, nothing is really coming to mind, which I would never have thought of. That it probably just is some primal whatever happens celebration, which is why I'm happy you said that, because now that I'm thinking about the question being spun back on me all the time, that is what I'm thinking of and thinking about, is that I really have no clue what I would do. And
something would come out. It'd be pretty goofy too, but it would be awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for reinforcing that. I had never thought about that, and I appreciate the both of you for putting that visual in my head. I just get to talk about baseball. I'll never have that memory. But
what about you, Dylan?
Oh, man. So I'm a Yankee fan. So the idea of that happening for the Yankees, man. And now it's spun back on me.
You can't think of of Yankees World Series like you've never had that idea before.
No, that never happens. Famously, no.
You gotta give me one celebration one celebration that would come out. Mike already took the I don't know, so you gotta give me something.
So
you're the one on the spot now, kid.
I stopped playing baseball in high school. After high school, the only thing that comes to mind right now is the one time I got the chance to like have a celebration like that on the field. I completely messed it up. So every time, it's the only thing. It's PTSD in a way. So here's background, right?
Yeah, I love this.
I'm from Bordentown, New Jersey, small town right around Trenton. We are good baseball team. Love all my teammates. Love that team. But not a huge program, right? We don't send very many players to the major leagues. But in this game, we were playing a local rival. I won't name names, but it was a heated game, right? Like out at a night game on the lights, our one night game of the year. I'm on the mound. I'm like a sophomore. I'm not a pitcher. So like Brett, as we'll probably get to a little later, I was like a fielder who had kind of come in as a pitcher, playing this role that I had pitched before, but it was not something I was comfortable with at the time. And I can't remember the exact context, but there ends up being a rundown between home plate and third base. And I'm in the middle of it, like tossing the ball back and forth. I end up at home plate, runners barreling at me, collides with me, home plate collision. It's like the kind of thing you don't see in MLB anymore, honestly. I go like head over heels, flipping over, somehow hold on to the ball. So I'm like riding high, it ends the inning. This is, best moment of my life. I decide I'm going to try to for whatever reason, try to spike this baseball. Like it's a football. Like I just scored a touchdown.
No.
The worst idea.
It's going out. No.
Yeah. So as I'm in the mid spike,
I know
it slips out of my hand.
Oh no.
Just 5-10 feet behind me. And here's the thing, nobody is actually watching me at this point because everyone's like in the middle of all the craziness. So I think I get away with it, right? I think, okay, I play it off, cool. I just kind of walk back to the dugout. I sit down, I'm kind of like cooling down. And as I'm sitting there, we're hitting, the pitching coach kind of like slowly walks up to me, sits down next to me, leans into my ear. And I love this, man. Coach Oliver, shout out one time,
Heck yeah, shout out Oliver.
Love him. But he sits down and so only I can hear him. He's like, I saw what you did.
I saw
that. I saw that. So honestly, now that you ask me, if I were to have a moment like that, Brett,
get it right.
It would be something dumb.
It would
be something dumb. That's my answer.
You'd spike the ball and it'd go into the dugout and probably hit someone.
Yeah, no.
That's where I thought you were going with that, but I love it, man. That's what it's all about. And it's funny that stuck with you, like the rest of your life.
It's the main memory I have from my high school career, like 4 years of baseball, and it's the messed up celebration or whatever that was going to be. Probably for the best.
Forever. Tell it forever. It's amazing.
I mean, this is the first time it's gone on the record, so I hope I hope people can find some enjoyment in my pain there, because that was I'm glad. That's great. But
that's fun.
Oh man, we'll get off of my high school.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a
we're
highlight, but
really
this is-
egregiously breaking the no sports rule, but we kind of had to make an exception this time. But we are lucky that Brett teed something else up that I wanted to hit on, which is you are a guy who grew up in the same place you live in right now for your hometown team. Outside of baseball experiences, outside of coming back for the Trop, talk to us about your biggest memories and highlights of the Florida experience as you had it.
So grew up 10 minutes from the beach. Here you've got Clearwater Beach, which I'm sure y'all are familiar with, and you've got St. Pete Beach. Those are two popular beaches, but you have everything in between, like Indian Rocks, Madeira Beach, Reddington, and we'd go out to Reddington shores there, and there's a place called Beach Pizza, so that was always memorable. I'm a big pizza and ranch kind of guy. I love it. Growing up in Florida was great. It was sunny year round, and we never had to worry about fall or winter kind of getting in the way of sports. So that was always a blessing, getting to play sports year round. And I loved it. Florida was great. It was a great area. Now that it's blown up, it is a vacation spot. So it's gotten very busy. It's a desired destination where people like to vacation. So that's really cool. And I loved my childhood. You like sushi? This is a great sushi place. Great seafood. Yeah, it's about it.
You did say pizza and ranch, though. You have two Italians here. You're going to really need to make that sell because it's kind of illegal for us to make that combination.
I don't know why those it's like the unwritten rules of baseball. Some I don't agree with, like that one. for people, when I go to an Italian restaurant and I say, hey, can I get some pizza with this ranch? And they look at me with 4 eyes and they almost ask me to leave. Like, I never understood that one. Listen, I love pizza and I love ranch and I love them even more together, and I want to enjoy that. So it's not offensive. It's just how my palate works, I guess.
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, personally, I find, I won't say offensive, but it's offensive. I get it. If I were to walk in, I'll just say if I were to walk into my family's household and sit down pizza with ranch next to it, they'd probably ask me, what.
Are you feeling okay?
If I need to go to the hospital.
I would say this Italian 4 eyes would get killed by their grandmother if I did that.
Yeah, kind of a smack with the spoon.
I'd be a little worse than that.
Can you guys video it the next time you guys are at grandma's or like your parents, and just for the fun, just set it up like on you, and then just be like, hey grandma, can I get some ranch dressing, or mom, and I'm curious to see how that reaction goes.
Yeah, that's like asking for to them. That's like asking for ketchup on your spaghetti. It's
egg noodles and ketchup.
Yeah, there's your. I was gonna see if you're gonna get the.
Speaking of PJ's, this is one of our favorite spots to go.
Okay, what's PJ's?
PJ's is an oyster bar, but they have everything. We like to go for like their snow crab or their king crab. They've got a really good buffalo chicken sandwich. They've got a great grouper sandwich. They've got really good chicken wings. They've got fish spread. I mean, gumbo, clam chowder, whatever you're thinking, they got. They got a good cheeseburger, believe it or not. So, I mean, yeah, shout out PJ's.
Okay, not a sponsor, but shout out PJ's.
Yeah, not a sponsor. Not a sponsor at all. I just have water in here.
Are you a big gumbo guy? Just mentioned gumbo in the lineup there.
Not as much. My wife's more of the soup person. There's that debate when it comes to like men and soup. I'm on that. Like there's not much. What is it? Sustenance. Okay. I want more something hearty. Soup is it's good as an appetizer, but I'm gonna need more for dinner.
That's fair. Not as a whole meal.
Not as a whole meal, yeah.
Okay. I know what you're getting at with the Seinfeld episode, Dylan. The whole dispute on if soup is a meal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a long-standing debate, and I don't think we're going to solve it on this podcast. But
no, not even close.
We need probably a few philosophers, a chef or two, Jerry Seinfeld himself maybe, but that's way off in the future, and I don't know if we even want that now. But
I think we'll be able to make it work. We'll see.
Yeah, we can figure it out. I'll get his number. He's probably not that hard to track down wherever he's at.
I do want one more food question, though, especially because
I
mind that. On a previous No Sportsman episode, we had fellow Florida native baseball player Logan Gilbert, and we discussed Pollo Tropical as my main Florida restaurant spot.
That's very interesting. Very interesting to hear.
Is that are you also on the Pollo Tropical train, or am I really 0 for 2 with Florida big leaguers?
I'm going to be completely honest. I've never eaten there in my life.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't.
No, say it ain't so.
Mike,
I don't know
are you sure
what
this
you're
isn't?
working with, man.
Is this the kind of restaurant? Did you just kind of like? Okay, I don't mean to accuse you of kind of having a beautiful mind scenario happening to you right now, but are you sure you didn't just imagine this restaurant or dream it one day? And
I'm pretty sure that.
okay, because
we've talked
to two Floridians on this podcast, kind of spanning.
It is a thing. I've seen it before, but I've
Okay,
never thought
okay.
to stop there. So I will.
Okay.
I will have Mike's back in a sense that it is definitely a restaurant. Is it fast food, Mike? I don't even know what
I would call it. It's like Chipotle,
Like a Chipotle?
if it was more
Okay.
citrusy. Like it's a lot more like flavorful, citrusy Chipotle.
Okay.
And like I like it more than Chipotle, and I'm a guy who eats a lot of Chipotle. Pollo being added to the mix for me when I moved here was like a pretty foundational moment of northern guy moves to Florida that it never really left the routine for me. And it's just like
Yeah, there's some
It is- and-
nostalgia there, right? There's
it's
emotions
not even
attached
that.
to that.
It's not even that because I didn't grow up with it, so I don't know if nostalgia is the right word. But like now that I've had it, I'm never gonna forget it. Is like as weird as that's gonna sound. Like I'm always gonna compare like bowls to Pollo because Pollo is the best version of it I've ever had.
You know,
And I'm a little
I like
disappointed that both
You-
of our Florida residents don't appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Is it possible that it's like an East Coast Florida thing where, because Brett, you're from the Gulf, and then Logan was from the Orlando area, so that's kind of central. Is it a regional, like even within Florida, is Pollo Tropical more of a Miami kind of deal, or is it just like it's just your thing?
No, we had
yeah.
we had one in
Yeah.
my hometown. They closed down because no one ate there.
Oh,
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know for my argument that it's great.
Because I'm thinking about, so being from New Jersey, we have that kind of thing with Wawa versus Sheetz in Pennsylvania, where at a certain point, I don't know, I mean, Mike,
have
you're
Wawa.
from, okay, oh yeah, Florida has Wawa.
Yeah,
It's
we
kind of
have
made its
Wawa.
way
It does.
down.
That's great. Good buffalo chicken subs, by the way. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, they're hoagies.
They're hoagies, yeah.
It's kind of so as you go from New Jersey west to Pennsylvania, you'll recognize where at a certain point you hit a gradient where it goes more Wawa to this other convenience store called Sheetz, which,
Okay.
in my opinion, being a New Jersey resident, subpar, clearly inferior to Wawa. If you go to someone from Pittsburgh, they will swear on their life that Sheetz is the superior convenience store. So I'm thinking that we need to get a Yinzer, like a Pittsburgh resident, on here to kind of have this Pollo Tropical equivalent conversation. For the
We need to
Northeast.
find someone that actually has gone there and can give us an extra opinion to back up Mike's argument because
Thank you.
the
Keep going fast for me.
I mean, I will say though, the evidence is stacking up against you pretty hard to.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
We might have one more Florida resident we can bring on before we have to call it as.
Yeah.
Before we call
Two
that,
strikes.
though,
You're 2 strikes.
okay.
Yeah.
Before we do call it though, if that's not the place you're going to go to bat for, what is the number one Brett Phillips takeout option?
See, my heart is telling me Chick-fil-A because we got one when I was like a freshman in high school, and ever since then, Chick-fil-A was a spot. But to mention a couple other that you guys may not be in the known with, Public Sub. Oh, here we go. Like the In-N-Out argument from like Whataburger or Five Guys.
Yeah.
What do we like? In-N-Out is really good. We don't have an In-N-Out though.
I was
We
going to
have
ask, because coming from the East Coast West, In-N-Out has been my Pollo Tropical. I've
Okay.
adopted it.
that place
as-
is very good. Have you had that, Mike?
I tried In-N-Out when I went to California for our Stark Raving sports trip 3 years ago, and I was rather underwhelmed.
Did you order off the secret menu?
I didn't know there was a secret.
Okay, so that's the thing. In-N-Out is old school, like they don't have an app. You just go. Their employees still wear paper hats. It's very, very 50s. But they have a secret menu that's beyond just like the few options that they have that they show you. Where if you talk to and it took me years to figure this out as a non-native Californian. If you talk to anyone from the West Coast, they'll tell you, first thing, I don't know the full secret menu because I'm a transplant. But I do know that animal fries are the highlight. highlight of the In-N-Out secret menu. So if you go there, apparently if you don't get the animal fries, you haven't had In-N-Out truly. So Mike, I would encourage you, come to visit me in LA. We're trying to get a Stark Raving Sports trip out to LA. Brett, you as well. I don't know if you've tried In-N-Out, but
sure. I've slapped a lot of In-N-Out over
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure like West Coast trips late night is kind of one of the only places open.
It's a great spot. It's a great spot. Mike, we're going to have to get your taste buds tested there, and then we'll...
I'm looking forward to it.
We just need to give you the right right meal. I'm thinking about, have you guys seen the McDonald's like CEO taste test videos that have been going around?
I saw that recently. Where he's showing a sour face or something. Or
yeah,
his face.
He takes the tiniest little bite.
Yeah,
he's so funny. We need to do that with you in In-N-Out, Mike. We need to get you on camera doing a taste test of the secret menu. I feel like that would do numbers.
I agree.
And then we can have maybe Brett commentating, kind of giving us his play-by-play. But
I'll be on there for sure.
We're putting together something big here. But Brett, I did have a question. Moving on from food talk, because I feel like I've exhausted my knowledge here of Florida cuisine. I in my research for this video, I did let Taylor's video do a lot of the legwork here, just going back and rewatching that. Like he said, one of my favorite videos. It mentioned that when you were in the minor leagues for the Brewers back in 2016, you had a bobblehead night, which is unusual for a minor league player. And this is the No Sports Zone, so we won't talk about anything that you did that'll show up on the box score. But would you care to explain the origin of your possum bobblehead?
That's a great question. I'm so glad you brought it up. So when I was in Biloxi, AA for the Brewers, I'm in center field. I don't know what inning it was, but I hear kind of this like stirring, growling kind of noise behind me. And in between pitches, I look back and I see a possum right on the warning track, probably 20 steps from me. And he's like trying to get out, and he's looking around. He's going right 2 steps. He's going left 2 steps. And he's just like, you could tell he's distressed. And for me, like, you know, I'm an empath. I'm like, I need to help this guy. This guy needs help. Okay. He needs directions. So I said, you stay there. After the inning, I'm going to come walk you off the field. Okay. So third out, I go behind me, and I'm like jogging behind the possum to send it down the left field line out the gate, and he'll be on his way, right? Well, next thing you know, you've got the whole stadium erupting. They've got me on the Jumbotron, and I'm jogging this possum off.
Phillips is running this possum down the left field line on the wall. Oh, this is unbelievable.
Sure enough, this thing tries to turn around, and you see it on video, and bite me. Like, he goes, or like crazy. I never knew possums could like hiss or growl or whatnot.
Yeah.
And he like, it scared the crap. Like, I jump back, you hear the announcer start dying laughing, say, the possum tried to bite Phillips.
Oh, Brett. Oh, he turned around. He turned around and Brett jumped.
And anyways, we end up walking the possum. Well, that everyone loved it. Thought it was the funniest thing ever. I was scared for my life. I'm still scared of my life for possums. And they made a bobblehead of that same situation with my laugh as well that they had recorded on there. So you could like press the button and hear the laugh and me, you know, running this possum off the field. So pretty funny.
Yeah, that was a bold decision to go after the possum, because, I mean, you say you were scared, but I don't know if I would try
run the possum off.
Exactly.
Well, you're
someone
had
to do it.
Someone had to do it, and I knew the other center fielder was coming out onto our field, and like if someone was gonna get rabies, it was gonna be me, and I knew that I had to take that for the team and for the Biloxi Shuckers. It was the honorable thing to do as the home team.
Red Phillips wrangles the possum as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning.
You know, the grounds crew guy probably could have done it, but again, if someone was going to catch the heat, that was going to be me.
Wow.
Selfless. That's I don't think it's an understatement to call you a hero, Brett. And
I've
I'm sure
had
the
multiple.
possum is passing down that story to its possum children.
I hope he's thankful for me.
I bet he is. Probably the first possum to get a bobblehead too. Did the possum? It would have been cool if the possum's head also bobbled like a little. Tiny...
That would have been hilarious. I've had
Yeah.
multiple interactions with animals, by the way, things that
Okay.
are not on video. I had a snake eating another snake in Colorado Springs when I was playing left field. There was a huge snake eating a smaller snake in foul territory, and I was telling the umpire, "Stop the game, time out," and he was saying, "No," and I said, "Yes, stop the game." And like, what is it? I bring him over. You should have seen this guy. He ran for his life to get the grounds crew. And then the grounds crew guy comes out and picks up these snakes with his hands. The whole crowd's cheering. I'm over in center field because I'm scared for my life. But yeah, I don't know. Like the weird animal moments always seem to find me.
I mean, you said you're an empath. Maybe they just sense it.
Yeah, we can take advantage of this guy.
Yeah, he'll take care of us.
He'll
look after us.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean the possums are cute, right? Like I've always thought possums, if you put a little fur on the tail, especially, they've got little human kind of little hands. Not the scariest animals. Snake eating a snake is freaky. I thought you were gonna say like the umpire you told him, he's like, yeah, that just happens out here.
Yeah, that just yeah. You say you don't think possums are scary until you see their teeth. And they're
True.
super sharp, and their facial expression when they're trying to bite you, I guarantee you wouldn't find them cute anymore.
I'm sure glad Brett ran off that possum. What do you think, Superman? Team?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I ran off that possum. Me or Rob?
No, I'm not subscriing to the possums are cute take at.
Okay.
Like, there's
Okay, this is
I'm
my
not,
Pollo
I'm not on this
Tropical.
train. Yes, it is.
Because those things are those things are vicious. I'm sorry.
There was a small chance, though, that you would have been, we'll have to do some research on this, the first baseball player to go on the IL with rabies, potentially.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to see. I know people have, like, cut their fingers on drones and stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
But, I probably would maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see on that.
I feel like it would have had to be in the 1800s, back when players, like, fell off of Niagara Falls or, just went missing. Because that was the thing that happened back then. There was probably a guy who got rabies, in the pack there.
Yeah, you're the historian. You'll have to let us know.
That's true. I forget sometimes. I'm not a real one. That's kind of my secret.
I'm not a real one.
Yeah, I don't have any credentials, but don't tell anyone.
Self-proclaimed is,
yeah.
That's the best way to go.
Because it is a real job, and there is a real baseball historian who's the professional one who spent his whole life doing it, and then I just kind of the username was open on YouTube. So,
yeah.
I feel like I should probably know if there's been a guy who's gotten rabies in baseball history, if I'm going to say that. But for now, I'll cut it in, pretend I already knew. I'll cut myself in and be like, it was Patches O'Houlihan who got rabies back in 1885 for the Brooklyn Bridegrooms or whatever. But again, that's probably sports talk. So, Mike, do you have anything you wanna pull us off of the sports stuff here? Because we can go into dead ball era baseball if you want.
I did have one more baseball-ish question for you, but it's not really baseball, so it's going to adhere to the rules. I recall seeing you do a dance battle with Randy Arozarena during the 2020 playoffs. So naturally, if you could challenge anybody living or alive, or living or dead, jeez, oh my goodness, living or dead, to a dance battle, who would it be?
I think since we're staying on the the baseball topic, I think Babe Ruth, having a dance off with Babe Ruth, I think I would win. It would be pretty. I think it would be a pretty tough competition with kind of his stature. I think he could kind of go into like a belly shake, and the crowd would probably erupt. But the awkwardness of challenging Babe Ruth to a dance-off in that era. Hey, babe, you, me, mano y mano, dance off right now. Spin the music. Ay, tequila. Do. He'd probably be like, no, Babe doesn't dance. Babe just hits home runs. I just think that conversation would be hilarious alone.
Oh yeah, we need to. I feel like he'd be down. Babe
You think
seemed like
so?
he could get down with it. Yeah, especially in his Maybe not the older days when he was a bigger
Oh,
guy.
you're
but
right.
like,
Maybe out. I heard he loved to party. So
he did.
Maybe at one of those speakeasies back in the
Exactly.
20s, like I could find Babe a little lit. Maybe a couple beers in, and he maybe have him up on the bar or something, like swinging his shirt.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't think there was a lot of times when he wasn't a little lit, to be honest, based on what we know.
But we know.
That's why we love him. Different time, but I feel like not a bad time to get down, maybe do the Charleston, hit a little like Great Gatsby, jazz hands.
Oh,
I feel like you gotta
I love
see. Would we be judging on the standards of the time? Like if you were to go back to the 20s and kind of break out like a moonwalk, for example, do you think that would like blow their minds?
Yeah.
That's Marty McFly.
Be like showing
doing.
like you guys aren't ready for this, but your kids are gonna love it.
You get That's so funny. Just busting out like the jerk or something, or like teach me how to Dougie, and they're like, okay, like and everyone else is like doing the same dance, and it probably wouldn't go over too well. I'd probably be looked at as like the outcast for sure.
Yeah,
Dylan, who's your any person ever dance battle opponent?
Oh man, I mean, I can't dance, but I would try my best. So I feel like I got to go big with this. I want to keep it in the baseball realm since we've already gone with.
What's funny with this?
You don't want to do baseball? Okay, let's see.
Personally, I'm thinking I'm thinking like who would be the most fun person to do it with. But if yours is a baseball player.
Okay, so who would I want to dance with if I could pick anyone, living or dead? You said?
Yes, living. I said living or alive at first. Living or dead. That was the question.
Honestly, I'm gonna go big here. Literally, and say Abraham Lincoln, because
I
want to see.
Too, which was
I want to see how that 6 foot whatever man, skinny guy with his top hat, what kind of dances he could pull off. Because I feel like pretty stoic. You always see him sitting there in his portraits, kind of very, very, presidential. But I don't know. I feel like he could get down.
Just beer juice, just ripping off like into the crowd. Just like.
Beer juice is so good. Oh my god.
See, if I picked
Abraham Lincoln's Beer Juice, that's a good band name.
That is an amazing band name. If I picked a baseball player, I would pick Brett Phillips because I want to beat the best of the best. But
kissing up here.
Let's go right now. Me and you, mano y mano. Let's go.
Yeah. Prove it.
Let's go. Start it off.
Oh my god.
Play some music.
Let's go.
We're gonna get copyright claims on music.
Go ahead.
Do I have to just like? I'm trying to think. What do I have the dexterity to do right now? I don't even know. Like, man, I fucking suck at dancing, don't I?
Like anything that you can do from the waist up.
I'll start it off. Ready?
Exactly.
I'll start it off. Ready?
Nice. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna hit. No, you got the shoulders and everything too. My God, I saw Josh Peck one time do the shower.
Hey.
Oh dude, you said you wanted a dance battle. Let's go.
Yeah, Mike, it's your turn. Come on.
Mike, get up in there back there and start
10
dancing.
seconds.
Let's
Give
go.
us 10 seconds.
Get up there.
Hey.
What are we gonna do here?
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
One,
Come
two,
on,
one,
Mike.
two.
It's your birthday. Hey.
Hit him with the Heisman.
We're scrubbing that footage from the internet.
No chance. Let's go. Mikey hit him with the Heisman. Let's go.
First down, Sally. You're lucky I didn't do the sea lion, that new dance that's going on TikTok right now.
Do you keep up with the TikTok dances, Mike?
No, not at all. I'm a 26-year-old man.
Liar.
They just pop up, right?
I know.
They just pop up on the algo, right?
Yeah. I don't know how I got on my phone. I was trying to watch
What,
sports.
do you want me to 6'7" for you? All right.
Well, Dylan, what's your algo pumping out these days?
I get a lot of. I've already shown the last episode. I have I'm gonna do this 2 episodes in a row. I have a big map of the Lord of the Rings here.
Oh
on my wall.
Okay.
So I get a lot of deep lore into Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Star Wars. It's just an endless feed. My algorithm has picked up on something. And then recently, I've been getting a lot of Beatles stuff. Like
Beatles, okay.
The Beatles, yeah, but not like the Beatles themselves. Like, it's not like Paul McCartney and Ringo, even though, you know, they're cool. It's Beatles fans who apparently there's like a whole new generation of younger Beatles fans who are treating them like they do like modern pop stars. And it's very funny to see them kind of like, I don't know, the internet is so weird right now where I just get sprung into these like
rabbit
holes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have
We
examples of
exist
that, Brett?
for, by the
Like,
way,
where have you gotten anything on your feed that you've just been like, what is this? And then the next day it's just everything, you know, on your pages.
Yeah, you know, I like baseball. Honestly, is always popping up. It just depends from platform to platform, whether it's like world news, AI. I'm big on like the AI stuff right now. Like that's what my algorithm is pumping out, kind of how fast AI is advancing, how people are using it that other people don't know that you can use it for. So I find that interesting, just so I'm not left behind when, you know, like kind of like our grandparents who it's tough for them to work like the streaming TV and stuff like that. You know, if I can keep up with the way the world is evolving, obviously not so deep into it, but just to know how to navigate, then I'm not having my kids or my grandkids, hey, can you come help me turn my whatever, I don't even know if it's going to be called a TV, you know, can you come help me my projector on or something? I don't know.
It'll be like implants in your eyes that just like show
crazy.
you, or the chips in the brains that, you know.
Something crazy. So
you know what I think about a lot that teed up is I'm always thinking about, like, I dumb it down the sentence to what is our generation's milkmen, like how there are no more milkmen, but it was like a big thing back in the day, like, because we didn't foresee as a society, I wasn't there, but I'm assuming we didn't foresee that just all of a sudden there wouldn't be the milkman coming around anymore. I'm conscious of things like that, or like what are the weird intricacies of life right now that my children will never see. I would love to hear yours.
So what do you mean I have to go to the store to buy my own milk? That was never a thought because the milkman's gonna come. So it got me thinking, what do you mean I have to go to the mall and try on clothes? This little scanner can scan my whole body and then give me every single website or clothing that I need, and it gets sent directly to my house. I don't need to go try. What is a mall? Like, I don't need to go look at it. I can have these clothes custom made for me because this AI little robot can scan my whole entire body. What do you mean I have to take out a measuring tape to measure my neck for a dress shirt and stuff? Like, no, you know, I think malls will be a thing of the past, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's very sad to me because there is nothing like walking through a really cool
Loved it.
mall.
Loved going to the mall as a kid. We all went school shopping at the mall or went to the movie theaters to hang out at the mall. And yeah, it is sad that it's going to be a thing of the past, I think.
It's a formative experience to have your first like Auntie Anne's at the mall, like just walking around. Well, then you're going to like the hat store. There's a lot of hat stores at malls, I'm noticing, even like the mini ones. I might have even gotten this at a mall hat store. The mall by me has like a really good like paintings store, but not like the way you would think. It's like paintings of things in pop culture that you can just buy, like a giant like Tony Soprano painting or something like that. And it's only these little intricacies you get at a mall of like, oh, and then across the way is a Lens Crafters or something like that. And the fact that my kids may not be able to just have that, basically roll through and do whatever for an afternoon and sightsee and even just window shop at all these different kinds of places, it does kind of hurt my soul a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like kids need the formative experience of going to one Lids and then walking all the way across the mall to the other Lids.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so funny.
You cross-check if one has a hat or a shirt, the other one
Exactly.
doesn't.
Right. I mean, you know, sometimes they have... I've been looking for an Expos hat at a Lids for years now, and I can't find one. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but it's probably because they're not a real team anymore. I'm beginning to think that might be my issue.
That might be an issue.
But yeah, we need to bring back malls because I
have you guys been to a mall lately? And if so, was there anyone in there?
Yes, I have, because my closest mall. So technically, I don't know if you count Universal City Walk as a mall.
That sounds a little more mainstream. I'm talking like in the middle of the United States, in some small town mall that someone grew up going to. Have you guys been to like a mall like that?
I have.
Yes and yes. I have
Been a few years.
There's still a couple in my general area, and they are still popping. Which
They're still popping. Okay.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, my local mall back in New Jersey, the one I used to go to, shut down. It had a Regal next to it, so we
There
still
you
go to
go.
the Regal.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
losing the mall, it's tough because that was where we would go all my Christmas shopping, like December 23rd when I'm panicking.
Yep.
You go to the like Sports Authority or whatever, and
the
you
Sports
get
Authority,
like
let's
some
go.
jerseys for your family. You get like
Yeah.
You also
you know.
realize it's the worst decision you've ever made going to a mall on December 23rd.
Exactly.
Yeah, good luck finding a parking spot outside.
It's
on
a
December
formative
23rd.
experience, though. Speaking of
It
that
is.
panic,
I remember there was one
it'll
year,
teach you.
my winter break after freshman year of college, we were like when all my friends were back, it was like, hey, let's go to the mall, and it was a Saturday of winter break. Like maybe the worst idea I've ever had of trying to get a group together to show up to a mall on a Saturday in late December, because like I'm surprised everyone managed to get inside and they didn't have to park like 10 miles away and walk, because it is an absolute, like, we are getting dangerously close. Also, we're filming this in March, and it's going to become like getting very close to Black Friday and Christmas panic discussion, and I don't have the bandwidth for that yet in March.
Yeah, we're too far away from that. You need to kind of like still somehow decompressing from the past holidays, but we're coming out of it. We're entering the spring. We're gonna be enjoying the outside. We won't have to worry about Christmas shopping for some time now. So we won't upset you that.
Fair enough. Thank you, guys.
On like the item subject, did you guys grow up collecting any like collectibles, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh? Were you guys into any of that?
Pokemon cards. I was a big Pokemon kid. Still am. I'll just be out front and say it. Like, I'm excited for these new Pokemon games coming out. But I was a big Pokemon card collector. Baseball cards of. What's that? Is that Blastoise?
As Blastoise, but that's the German. This was the very first card. Blastoise was my favorite Pokemon card. I pulled this as a kid, and I got it graded. That's it's the German one. It's Turtok though. So Turtok, yeah. I have him on my desk because I that's nostalgic for me. I got quite a bit of a Pokemon collection, and I loved growing up playing the games. And
what was your first game?
On the Game Boy Color, it was Pokemon Blue.
Oh, so with the original like black and white or color. Yeah. So you got
1998. Yep.
Yeah.
It was black and white actually when it came out.
Yeah. So you picked Squirtle. I'm assuming.
Squirtle. I was yep. You?
Yep. I started with Pokemon Diamond, so that was Gen 4.
Okay.
So I picked Chimchar, who's the fire starter.
Yeah.
And he is, to this day, one of my favorites. Little monkey guy, little fire monkey.
What about you, Mike?
I have a confession for you guys.
Oh no.
There are two things that my generation had that I never got into: Minecraft and Pokemon.
Oh no.
I've used Pokemon music in videos because the soundtracks are amazing and they make the content fun. I'm a big believer that I love putting together the soundtracks. So I have used Pokemon music.
I can respect that. I have
never played a Pokemon.
So you're telling me right now you never opened one of these as a kid?
Never once.
Remember these, Dylan?
Yeah,
I had baseball cards. I did not have Pokemon cards.
Oh wow, that's like gold right there. Mike, I don't know.
Those are the three starters right there: Blastoise, Venusaur, Charizard.
I understand what you're saying because Pokemon is so culturally significant. But I'm saying it's so culturally significant that like even I understand this as a guy who's never. I didn't even get on the Pokemon Go craze. Like it never felt like it was for me, and I didn't want to like pretend or like act like I was just getting on the bandwagon. Do I regret it? Maybe a little bit, because like 2016 Pokemon Go is really fun, and I wish I could have had the memory of pulling like a Mewtwo or something like that. See, I know these names. But
you'll never get to experience the thrill of trading Pokemon cards, which I highly recommend. So to your viewers, if any of you want to trade your Pokemon cards for my baseball gear, let's do some. Hit me up on Twitter. Or X. Let's do some trades.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
someone's gonna take you up on that.
I've got some cards. I don't know if I want to part with them, but I might consider it. I've got some like
I'll do like a signed baseball bat for Pokemon card, or so I don't know.
Exactly.
I got a bunch of Tampa Bay gear, you know?
Yeah, look, I am trying to think. Do I have some like some special like holographic cards,
we don't have
some
to do
shiny
that.
ones?
Just, trade is fun.
Just
like whatever.
Swapping. I remember on the bus that was always like that was intense. On the mornings, I would bring in my cards. My friends would bring theirs. We'd open up the binders. Did you ever have a binder with like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the cards.
So before we'd go to Burger King as kids, and Burger King would have a special Pokemon night,
right?
Where they used to give out. How old are you guys? 26 and what? How old are you, Dylan?
25.
Okay, so you guys are too young to remember this, but Burger King would give out gold-plated Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've seen those before, but that was part of like their promo when in their like Happy Meals. Well, they would do like a Pokemon night, and you could bring your binders, and kids would come get a cheeseburger, Whopper, and trade Pokemon cards or battle and stuff. So I mean, it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, so Mike, for context, as a non-Pokemon fan, what Brett just showed us with those packs, that Blastoise, you're looking at like in baseball terms, those 3 packs, that's like Ken Griffey rookie card, Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, like top of the 90s. Like if you're a 90s kid, that's gold, maybe more valuable.
I totally believe you, but I also heard that your tone of voice, you're like as a non-Pokemon guy, you're speaking as a loser like you who didn't experience
well, we didn't want to put it like that, but since you said it,
yeah, it's funny how the tables have flipped here. How growing up, it was like, oh, you're into Pokemon. Now it's like you're not into Pokemon. What do you even do?
Yeah, what do you do? Yeah,
you watch sports like some kind of nerd.
I do have one more video game question I wanted to get with Brett, though, because it's probably the thing Brett did during his career I'm the most jealous of, and that includes hitting a walk-off in the World Series, which is early in 2018, you played Fortnite on the Brewers Stadium Jumbotron. And this is like when Fortnite was at its peak everything, like the experience, the hype, the fun you'd have with your friends. You did it during that time, and I'm so jealous of that. And I don't know if you could beat that from a gaming experience.
Shoot, there goes our boy Kyle Tucker. What up, baby?
Hey.
Hey, Noel, that's Kyle Tucker. He's with the Astros.
Oh, what's up, man?
So I wanted to shift the question to, if you got to recreate that moment and watch any movie of your choice on the Jumbotron at Miller Park at the time, now American Family Field, I believe, what are you screening on that view?
Well, I will say that was a fun experience, but it was almost impossible because the input lag was so bad that I would turn to like go somewhere, and it would take probably like 4 seconds for my guy to turn. So as cool as it looked, it was, from a performance standpoint, it was terrible. But the whole favorite movie question has always been so tough for me. Just because I don't really watch movies over again. I watch them once, and I don't know if that's just, I don't really like to go back and watch movies, but my mind always goes to Benchwarmers. It's just so funny to me. It's so funny to me. Yeah. I don't know. It's a great movie. It's a baseball movie. It's lighthearted. It's funny. Baseball's fun. So, beef stew, that's so immature. It's hilarious, but I don't know. Like some Benchwarmers probably.
Yeah, Benchwarmers has made, I think, some, there have been some mentions of Benchwarmers on this podcast already.
Oh, there has. Oh,
a few episodes we've had already. The I Am 12 scene.
I Am 12. Yep.
Yeah, that gets a lot of play, I think, in baseball conversations. At least once a month I hear that reference. So Benchwarmers is a good one to land on, I think.
In Miller Park too, I think that would be cool. Or on the Jumbotron.
Throw it up on the Jumbotron. I was thinking, you mentioned the lag, so Fortnite is tough. Any kind of like multiplayer game would be tough up there. Maybe Pokemon. If we throw out like you get another player out there, one-on-one kind of a battle.
That would be cool. That
could be fun. A Pokemon tournament, Brett Phillips versus, you're working with the Rays now. I feel like get into the trop, say, hey, Pokemon fan here.
And it would have to be, to the way I would put it, it would be a competition amongst other front offices.
Oh,
so not players, or like when you got to send your best front office competitor out. Like
it could be like
this is no longer a battle between the the baseball players, but now just like
It's team versus team.
Team
You'd be
versus
like
team.
it would be like a gym leader kind of situation where you'd be the leader of the gym, which would be like the stadium. I feel like
wow, that's
we're
great.
getting somewhere here. That
Oh
could be
my
something.
gosh, yeah, the Trop would be my gym, and every time okay, yeah, we're definitely getting. That's you're making my brain jog a little bit. It might be something
Nintendo,
fun.
hit us up. Hit
us up, Nintendo. We can set
do
it up.
something big here. I like
That's
it.
cool.
I
That's
like
cool.
it. Awesome. Well, I think I'm out of questions, Mike. Did you have anything you wanted to hit on before we wrap things up here? We're at a
I
solid
expressed
hour.
my jealousy for Fortnite, which was the last bastion of my yearning today, of yearning for March 2018 Fortnite one last time.
I loved it.
Oh my God, who didn't?
Man, I was so deep in the trenches with Fortnite. I played in some tournaments, went out to Vegas. The Players Association put on a tournament at one of their game halls, and you had like Blake Snell out there. You had quite a bit of
who won
baseball.
it? Going to be asking.
That's a great question. You might have to go back and see, but
we can dig it up. I know Blake Snell. He's a gamer, certified gamer. Blake Snell.
I totally forget. It was during the winter meetings in 2018. I want to say 2018 or 2019. We went out. There was a big Fortnite tournament. I think there was like 50 of us, but there was high expectations for myself, and it was when there wasn't private matches. So you had to go as a squad and get it who could get the most kills. And I just ran into, I think, some stream snipers. I don't know. I got flattened.
Hey, I mean, it happens to the best of us. And
yeah, it was unfortunate.
We can do another edition next winter meetings, and I think you can come back, show your stuff, prove your Fortnite ability. Exactly. There we go. Gamer, certified gamer.
Just a gamer boy. I'm just a gamer boy.
Gamer boy. He was a gamer boy. Said see you later, boy.
That's where I was going. Avril Lavigne.
Shout out Avril Lavigne. And I think that's
come on the podcast.
Yeah, Avril Lavigne. Come on, No Sports Zone. We don't even.
We don't even talk sports here. Let's go.
No sports. We can talk about anything. Pokemon. Skater boys. Gamer boys. Pollo Tropical. Maybe she's a fan.
Hey.
Who knows? But
Brett,
thank you for joining us, Brett. Yeah, thank you. Is there anything you want people to go look towards, anywhere to find you? What are you going to be up to this year?
Oh, no, I appreciate you guys having me on. Baseball is fun, 35.com. That's my wife and I's. We've had Baseball is Fun, the apparel, since 2021. We're actually doing a little promotion right now that part of the proceeds are going to go back into buying season tickets at the Rays to partner with charities and nonprofits to have people out at Major League Baseball games that may not have been able to go. So we're going to provide that, my wife and I, and just some really cool things going on with the Rays. I'm super excited. And if you're in the area, I hope to see you out at the Rays games this year. And Rays up. Let's go.
Raise up, let's go. As a Yankee fan, I might have to cut that out, but
yep, that was sacrilege on your tongue. But
yeah, sorry, I'll have to repent. But thanks, Brett. It's been great, and
awesome. Thank you guys.
Have a great rest of your day.
Good luck to y'all, and really appreciate what you do for me. Thank you.